There's a simple way to make your drone footage look cinematic, even if you're just starting out. I use this exact 5-shot system to turn my basic drone videos into something that got me paid work. So I'm going to show you how you can use these shots to instantly level up your drone videos with zero fancy gear and very little skills needed. Before we get into the 5 moves, a quick note, you can get great results even in auto. Don't overthink the settings here. I'm also flying in normal mode, not sports mode, because smooth footage comes from slow, controlled movements. But for anyone curious, I'm filming 4K at 25 frames per second. But if this stresses you out, you can just use my settings later. You don't need to know these settings to do these moves. The first move, and it's an easy one to mess up, is called the vertical reveal. So how you do this shot is you start behind something in the foreground, then you rise up to reveal the scene. You can also reverse it to end a sequence as well. And when I was learning this shot, I always had a problem with framing it correctly. So here's the easiest way to do it. Don't try and frame it from behind the object. Frame it from above first. In my case, the foreground is this tree. Get your composition how you want it. I like the subject to be on a third. Once you've framed it all up, hit record, then slowly descend with the left stick until the tree blocks the view. Now the rest of the move is really easy because you just rise straight up with the left stick until your subject is revealed. And just remember, don't touch the right stick here, we're just flying up and down. Now the vertical reveal is about height, but this next one is about distance. And it's where most crashes happen. Believe me, I know. This shot is called the horizontal reveal. You keep the camera facing forward and you slide left or right behind a foreground object until your subject is revealed. And the biggest problem you'll have here is clearance. You have to be 100% sure that your drone can fit safely because I've clipped stuff doing this. So take your time or use a drone with propeller guards like this DJI Neo to practice with. But I'm using a Potensic Atom 2 here and it doesn't have obstacle avoidance. So I'm being extra careful with this, although no obstacle avoidance is helpful in this situation. So here's how you do this shot. You set your gimbal angle where you want it and don't touch it during the move at all. Then move your own body to a vantage point while your drone hovers there where you can actually clearly see the gap that you're going to fly your drone through or past. Once you're lined up, slowly push left or right on the right stick to slide sideways while the camera stays facing forward. And keep it slow because full speed sideways looks really cheap and it's also how you'll definitely crash. You can always speed the clip up in post if you need to. Alright, we've revealed the subject by moving up and we've revealed it by sliding sideways. Now let's do my favorite zero skill cinematic move, the top down, and it starts low. So we need to talk about what's above you first. This next shot is one of my favorites and later on I'll show you a variation of this shot that will knock your socks clean off your feet. Well, maybe not. But the basic move here is simple. Start low with the gimbal pointing straight down, then rise slowly to reveal the wider landscape. And if you want, just reverse the clip for the coming back down version, or just record it coming back down. And why this works is because the subject isn't the star here. The texture and color contrast on the ground is. Even a total beginner can make an overgrown path look like a high-end abstract painting. And the only scary part about this shot is what's above you. I learnt this the hard way. Years ago, I did this with my first drone, which was called a Parrot, I think. Anyway, I flew it straight into a very tall tree, and I think it's still there. So here's how to avoid that. Put your drone on the ground where you want to start, stand next to it, and then look straight up. What you're checking for is a clear vertical path. If it's not clear, move the start point until it is. Then launch your drone so it's hovering and slowly push up on the left stick to climb. Make sure you keep this shot slow and steady because that's what makes the reveal more interesting. And as we rise, we get that contrast, which is a brown dusty path opening up to a green canopy of trees. All right, that was the top-down shot, but now we're going to make things way more interesting with a push-through, where you literally fly through foreground objects to add depth and make the shot look way better. But a quick warning here, your drone's downward sensor can suddenly lift if the ground changes. So here's how to test it safely before you commit to it. The big issue with push-through shots is the drone's downward sensor, and obviously not hitting objects, of course. When you fly low, the drone's sensor can see uneven ground and auto-rise to keep a safe distance. Like here, flying past this boat on the ground, it starts lifting on its own. And it will fly into this tree if I let it. If you're using a drone that has obstacle avoidance, you'll have to turn it off for this move, otherwise it'll break or drift. Some drones let you disable this in the settings, but on others, you just flick to sports mode, it usually disables it. But remember, we're not using sports mode for speed here, just for the sensors. The object here is to still fly slow. On the Potensic Atom 2, you can't fully turn off that downward sensor, so you have to just work with it. And how we do that is to set your gimbal angle where you want it, and then leave it alone. Do a slow test run to see if the drone rises or drifts. I only do this in low wind, by the way, because wind is the enemy on tight push-throughs like this. Once your height is consistent and you know you'll clear the gap, line up your frame like framing the boat inside this tree, or this shot where I've framed all the boats in the canopy of the branches of this tree, and then creep forward with a gentle push on the right stick. Slow is what makes it look cinematic. And for this next move, we're keeping it slow, but we're adding one extra ingredient, a gentle rotation. This is the top-down spin. So with this shot, we start low, point the camera straight down, then rise slowly while you add a gentle rotation. Then you do that all in reverse, or you can reverse the clip for the spinning descent in your editing software. Now, the most obvious beginner mistake is trying to judge your clearance from way up in the air, then forcing the drone through a tight space, and that's how you will crash your drone. So here's my 3-step, zero skill process to do that safely. Step 1 is the virtual elevator. Before you take off, put the drone on the ground where you want to start, stand next to it and look straight up. If you see clear sky, you've got a safe vertical path. If you see branches, move your start point until that elevator is clear. Step 2 is to set the anchor. So basically launch from that safe spot, hover a few feet above the ground and set your gimbal down 90 degrees and make sure the wind isn't pushing you around. And step 3 is to go flat out and rise as quick as possible at full pace. Don't do that. Step 3 is the slow rise and spin. So hold a slow, steady climb and at the same time add a tiny, steady rotation. Don't overcorrect. Smooth is what we're going for here. It does take a little bit of practice, but when you nail it, it looks incredible. Now, so you can see how these moves actually look in a real edit, here's a quick clip where they're mixed in with normal drone type shots. And all the filming here was done in a place called Newlands Arm in Victoria, Australia. If this was helpful and you want to go deeper on getting cinematic moves from your drone, watch this video next and I'll show you 10 cinematic low altitude drone moves I wish I knew earlier. Thanks for watching.